When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars aligned by your hand, a canvas vast beyond all my command. In silent awe I stand, my heart beats small. Yet in your gaze I'm held unknown, I'm called. What is man that you're mindful of him? The Son of Man you come to visit. You made us little lower than angels, crowned us with glory and honor,
spoke creation into endless light. You set the stars ablaze to pierce the night.
The human body, a marvel of creation, comprises billions of intricate structures, categorized into 4 major groups. It boasts approximately 200 bones, 650 muscles, 79 organs, and an astonishing network of blood vessels capable of circling the earth twice. At the heart of this marvel lies the human brain, a sophisticated central computer that orchestrates all bodily functions. From the automatic processes of breathing and heartbeat, to the conscious actions of thought, emotion, learning, and movement, the brain plays a pivotal role in our lives. Welcome to Personal News. In this fascinating episode, we delve into the incredible marvel of the human brain, exploring its complexity and the astonishing capabilities that set it apart from any other organ in the body. We'll uncover how this remarkable biological structure processes information, regulates emotions, and shapes our thoughts and behaviors. Join us as we discuss the latest scientific discoveries and insights into brain function, showcasing not only its resilience, but also the mysteries that continue to intrigue researchers and experts alike. Don't miss this captivating exploration. The human brain, weighing about 1.2 to 1.4 kilograms, or roughly 2% of our body weight, is the control center of the nervous system. It's composed of 3 main parts: the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. The cerebrum, the largest part, governs thought, memory, and voluntary movement. The brainstem connects the brain to the spinal cord, regulating vital functions like breathing and heart rate. Nestled at the back, the cerebellum coordinates balance and motor control. The cerebral cortex, the wrinkled outermost layer of the brain, is responsible for higher-level functions such as thinking, memory, language, and consciousness. Also known as gray matter, it is divided into 2 hemispheres and 4 lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Each lobe specializes in specific tasks, such as executive functions in the frontal lobe and sensory processing in the parietal lobe. The folded structure of the cerebral cortex increases its surface area, enabling more neuron processing and contributing to the brain's ability to handle complex information. Let's delve deeper into the specific functions of each lobe. The frontal lobes, situated at the very front of the brain, just behind the forehead, are the largest lobes responsible for high-level executive functions, such as thinking, planning, organizing, problem-solving, voluntary movement, personality, and social behavior. They house areas like the prefrontal cortex, which controls judgment and emotions, and the premotor and primary motor cortices, which manage muscle control and movement. Damage to the frontal lobes can lead to significant impairments in these functions, affecting everything from motivation and social interaction to movement and speech production. The Broca's area, situated in the frontal lobe, plays a crucial role in expressive language and speech production. They also play a role in memory storage, enabling us to retain and recall information. Damage to the frontal lobes, often caused by traumatic brain injury or other conditions, can lead to a variety of symptoms. These symptoms can include changes in personality, impaired social behavior, difficulties with planning and decision-making, problems with movement, and speech issues. Notably, the frontal lobes are among the last brain regions to fully mature, with development sometimes not completing until the mid-20s. The parietal lobes, located at the upper back of the skull. Behind the frontal lobes and above the temporal lobes are a pair of brain lobes. They primarily process sensory information, such as touch, temperature, and pain, integrating this input to create a sense of body position in space, proprioception. Additionally, they play a role in spatial navigation, reading, writing, and understanding symbols. Damage to the parietal lobes can lead to various impairments, including difficulties with sensory perception, spatial orientation, and language comprehension. For example, damage to the angular gyrus can affect reading and writing. The temporal lobes, located on the sides of the head near the temples, are paired regions of the brain that play a crucial role in processing sounds, understanding language, forming memories, recognizing faces and objects, and regulating emotions. The temporal lobes contain the primary auditory cortex, which is crucial for processing sounds and auditory information. Especially in the left temporal lobe, in the majority of right-handed individuals, regions like Wernicke's area are involved in understanding spoken and written language. The temporal lobes are important for the formation of new memories and are associated with structures such as the hippocampus, which is vital for learning and memory. The temporal lobes are involved in processing emotions and are connected to the limbic system, which plays a key role in emotional regulation. The temporal lobes also play a role in visual processing and memory, helping to recognize faces and objects. Damage to the temporal lobes can lead to various neurological issues, including difficulties with language, aphasia, memory impairments, or changes in emotional behavior. Conditions affecting the temporal lobes can include epilepsy, tumors, and neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. The occipital lobe, the smallest of the four brain lobes, is situated at the back of the brain. It plays a crucial role in processing visual information, including color, depth, motion, and recognizing objects, faces, and words. The primary and secondary visual cortices within the occipital lobe receive signals from the eyes via the optic nerve and interpret them, enabling us to perceive and comprehend the world around us. Damage to this lobe can lead to blindness or other vision disorders, while disorders affecting it are associated with conditions such as epilepsy, stroke, and Alzheimer's disease. Subcortical structures. Neural formations located deep within the brain, beneath the cerebral cortex, play a crucial role in fundamental functions such as motor control, sensory processing, emotion, and memory. Key examples include the thalamus, which acts as a sensory relay, the basal ganglia, which are essential for movement, the hippocampus, which is vital for memory, and the amygdala, which is involved in emotions like fear, the hypothalamus, which regulates homeostasis, and the cerebellum, which coordinates movement and balance. At the microscopic level, the brain is a network of neurons, cells that transmit electrical signals, and glia, support cells. Neurons communicate across synapses using chemicals called neurotransmitters, such as glutamate for excitation, GABA for inhibition, dopamine for reward, motivation, movement, and some aspects of cognition, serotonin for mood regulation, sleep, appetite, digestion, and learning. The pattern, timing, and strength of these signals encode perception, memory, and behavior. The brain is estimated to contain approximately 86 billion neurons. These neurons form the fundamental building blocks of the brain. One of the brain's most powerful features is plasticity, its ability to rewire itself across the lifespan. Learning, rehabilitation after injury, and even some psychiatric recovery rely on the brain forming and pruning connections. Recent reviews continue to show how plasticity is dynamic and can be harnessed therapeutically, for example, through targeted training, stimulation, or drugs that alter synaptic strength. Plasticity explains how practice improves skill, and why early childhood is such a critical time for development. Understanding the brain means mapping not only regions, but the connections between them, the connectome. In recent work, researchers have produced extremely detailed maps of neural circuits in mammalian brains, revealing hundreds of millions of connections in sensory systems and giving us a blueprint for how perception and computation emerge from networks of cells. These large-scale mapping efforts are accelerating our understanding of how circuits implement functions and where they break down in disease. Neurotechnology is translating basic brain science into tools. Brain-computer interfaces now allow some paralyzed people to move robotic arms, type using faults, or regain speech by decoding patterns of neural activity. Clinical trials and research in the last few years show real, life-changing capabilities and a path toward regulatory approvals. These devices range from non-invasive EEG systems to implanted microelectrodes, each with trade-offs in precision and risk. Wearable sensors and MEG advances, like optically pumped magnetometers, are enabling higher-resolution functional recordings without massive equipment, opening doors for clinical diagnostics and neural fingerprinting, personalized brain activity profiles that could help diagnose some conditions more sensitively. While the brain is resilient, it's also vulnerable to various conditions that can impact its function. Here's a brief overview. Traumatic brain injuries, TBI, are serious disruptions to the brain's function that frequently occur as a result of accidents, falls, or participation in contact sports. These injuries can range from mild concussions to severe brain damage, and they often come with a wide array of symptoms, including headaches, confusion, memory loss, and difficulties in concentration. Over time, individuals who suffer from TBI may experience long-term cognitive issues, such as impaired executive function, difficulties with attention and memory, and even emotional changes, including depression or anxiety. Recent research has highlighted the critical role that early intervention plays in the recovery process for those with TBIs. Prompt diagnosis and treatment can significantly influence the trajectory of recovery and the extent of cognitive impairments. Early intervention strategies may include medical management to stabilize the individual, as well as therapeutic approaches aimed at enhancing cognitive function and minimizing symptoms. Rehabilitation is another essential aspect of recovery for TBI patients. Comprehensive rehabilitation programs often incorporate a multidisciplinary approach that includes neurologists, psychologists, occupational therapists, and physical therapists. These programs are designed to address not only the physical effects of the injury, but also the cognitive deficits and emotional challenges that may arise. Tailored rehabilitation programs can provide patients with skills and strategies to cope with their cognitive impairments, facilitate neuroplasticity, and improve overall quality of life. In summary, the impact of traumatic brain injuries extends far beyond the initial event, with the potential for long-lasting cognitive issues that can affect every aspect of a person's daily life. The latest research underscores the necessity of early intervention and the importance of structured rehabilitation programs to support recovery and enhance cognitive outcomes for individuals affected by these injuries. By prioritizing these approaches, we can help individuals regain their independence and improve their overall well-being following a traumatic brain injury. Stroke happens when blood flow to a part of the brain is blocked or bursts. Timely treatment, including clot retrieval and thrombolytic drugs, can save tissue. Rehabilitation utilizes plasticity to regain lost functions. Brain tumors can range from slow-growing benign tumors to aggressive cancers like glioblastoma. Clinical trials are ongoing to test new combinations of surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, and novel immunotherapy or targeted approaches. Recent clinical reports indicate promising survival improvements in specific patient groups. Many people with epilepsy are managed with medication, but for drug-resistant focal epilepsy, implantable neuromodulation devices, responsive neurostimulation, are used. These devices monitor brain activity and deliver electrical stimulation to stop seizures. Recent multi-center data shows significant reductions in seizures with these devices. Detecting Alzheimer's early has been a significant challenge. However, recent regulatory clearance and clinical validation of blood tests that detect amyloid tau markers represent a significant step forward. These tests offer a simpler and earlier diagnosis, which is crucial for treatment planning and enrollment in trials. Conditions present from birth, such as neurogenetic syndromes, cerebral palsy, and developmental disorders, are often managed through multidisciplinary care. This care includes therapies to support development, medications, and sometimes surgeries. Early detection and intervention are crucial because children have a high degree of plasticity, which allows for positive changes in their development. Brain death is the irreversible loss of all brain functions, including the brainstem. It is a clinical and legal determination made through strict testing protocols in most countries. This condition is distinct from coma or vegetative states, where some brain functions persist. As we push the boundaries, decoding thought, implanting devices, and using biomarkers to predict disease, we must weigh privacy, consent, and the psychosocial impact of early diagnoses. Who controls neural data? How do we counsel someone when a blood test suggests a future risk for dementia? These are questions scientists, clinicians, ethicists, and society must address together. The brain, though modular, is deeply interconnected, and its functions emerge from circuits of neurons that undergo plastic changes over time. Advancements in technology, such as new maps, non-invasive sensors, brain-computer interfaces, and blood biomarkers, are transforming decades of lab research into practical clinical tools. While progress doesn't eliminate complexity, it empowers clinicians and researchers with more precise tools for diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation. The human brain remains one of the most complex and mysterious organs in our body. As we continue to uncover its secrets, each discovery brings us closer to understanding ourselves and improving the lives of those affected by brain-related conditions. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mind. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the human body and beyond. See you next time, and God bless you.